Hello, welcome to the Q. UK Britain, turn 2 of the 1940 BBR setup. And we've got our buy here, $4 for the research, leaving 41, 12 in subs, and 8 in artillery. There's a 20, there's a 10 there, and here's 11 to make 41. For the 2 artillery and infantry. All right, so that is the buys. Let's look at combat moves. And you can kind of see some of them there. We'll widen it up. Whoop, that's zooming in. So we'll back it up a little bit. We've got a bomber coming out of West Africa. 1, 2, 3, and it has, it wouldn't have 4 left, would it? 1, 2, 3, 4, so it would have 2 left. And then we have a fighter coming out of Gibraltar, just one of them. 1, 2, 3, and it has 1 left. And here's the ones that have 4. These 2 fighters off of London, and they have 4 left. And that is our battle on the Atlantic side. But it doesn't quite look right. And I say that because the Bismarck and the Prince Eugen has sailed all the way around London, or England, sank the hood in some nameless British cruiser. And now it's time for the Royal Air Force to finish them off, right? Because I don't have any battleships left. But it doesn't look right using Spitfires, so let's replace those fighters with those bad boys. Yeah. That'll do the job. All right, so rest of the combat moves are going to be over on the Middle East and Africa side. We have 2 infantry from Anglo-Egypt Sudan into Kenya, accompanied by a TAC and a fighter. They have 2 movement left. This is a walk-on, 1 infantry into Ethiopia. Those markers off. All right, so we're going to load up 1 artillery. You go 1, 2. We don't need to load up that guy. He's just going to march in. Battleship's going to be a bombard. And we've got a TAC bomber coming down with 2. To hit Iran. And that will be our 3 rollable battles. Iran, Kenya, and then the Bismarck will go down. So while we're here, let's roll these out. We'll start with the amphib over there. We've got a battleship bombardment at 4. We've got an artillery infantry at 2, and we will have a target select at 3 on that tactical. So we'll roll that first. All right, there's only 1 defending infantry left. And that's it, 1 hit, so Iran is now gone. They defend with 1 infantry, nothing. I almost had 1 though. I didn't have a marker there, so let's put that there to remember to count. All right, so down here in Ethiopia, we're going to use that target select again on that tactical. Misses. All right, that leaves a fighter at 3 and 2 infantry at 1. So that will be the British remaining attack. 1 hit. Italy has 1 infantry left. It is gone, but it defends, and it is a miss. So Italy down 1 infantry there. That's a walk-on. Let's go on up to see the battle for the Bismarck. And we had conferred with the rule master before this turn started. The damaged battleship is reduced to a 2 on the defense, and then the cruiser's a 3. But one of the other things that the damaged battleship does is that it loses the anti-aircraft fire. So there won't be any anti-aircraft fire. We have a 4 for the bomber and 3 for the fighters, even though they look pretty rustic and probably should be firing at a 1. All right, so tray is in view. 1 hit, that is a stinker. So since the battleship defends at 2, it will be gone. They got a 2 for the battleship and a 3 for the cruiser, and they get 1 hit. So, obvious choice is what? Obviously the bomber, because this is over, right? All right, so to get the battle done, we continue with 3 3s for the fighter. 2 hits, would have liked to have had that on the first round. Not known for my first round dice rolling, first round battle dice rolling. The Germans defend, it is dead, but they defend at a 3 and they get a hit. So we're gonna lose the fighter that came from Gibraltar. So these 2 are gone, and the 2 fighters that have 4 movement left are still alive. So that was costly for the British. But the mighty Bismarck has been sunk. All right, on to non-com. And now that that's over, let's remove those biplanes, swordfish, if you want to call them that. Put the Spitfires back out. So, sliding down here so we can see better. And then we'll move. We've got a destroyer from 110, 1, 2, 3 into 92. And the 2 fighters from 109, 1, 2, and 3 into Gibraltar. All right, that will be the end of movement there. Let's go over here to Africa, take care of that business. We have a cruiser in 81. Sliding up to 96. And what we're doing there is blocking those 3. They can't come through. Or at least to 98. They could go up here if they wanted. But that seems unwise. We've got a tank and a mech retreating from Tobruk back to Cairo. We use that one. We got a fighter from the Caucasus. 1, 2, 3, 4. Into Cairo. Fighter and TAC come back from Kenya. And they are out of there. What else do we got here? We got this cruiser coming up. We got this transport going down to 71. These 2 infantry are railing up to Anglo-Egyptian Sudan. All right, so we've got 2 movements left. Oh, wait a minute, you can't see this part of the board. So we'll slide over here for the Middle East, or the Pacific side. We got 2 left on this tactical, so it'll be 1, 2, or no, let's land them here in East India. Or Eastern Iran. That will give me some flexibility here. We're going to take this destroyer from 39 and go into 37. All right, that is it for movement. Let's do our placements. Let me count out where I want the stuff to go off camera here. We are going to do, in India, 1 fighter, 2 artillery. So that is a total of 18 points, because we can put a max of 20 there. We're going to come down here to Africa, where we're going to put an infantry and an artillery in South Africa. And 2 subs in 98 and 1 artillery in Cairo. And that is our placement. London gets nothing because nothing's up there to fight or defend against. Well, I guess there is that one sub, but someone else will have to deal with that. So, money-wise, Britain goes up 2, and Italy goes down 2. And Britain goes up another 2 for Iran, but nobody goes down. That puts Britain up to $41. And we've got our NOs of 5. And we have 2 of those 3 territories, so that'd be $9. And I know you guys were thinking, hey, they're going to declare war on Japan and collect that 5. Not so. We do not. We are going to make Japan bring the U.S. into the war 1 turn early. That's what we're going to do. So anyway, the 9 plus the 41, so they have an even 50 for next turn. And next turn is when we roll the dice to see how much the tech will be. So I won't know what that's going to be in advance until we roll. All right, so let's do the recap because we remembered. Starting on the east, or the Pacific side, the Sea-Zone 37, 1 destroyer, Malaya, 3 infantry, 1 AA, 1 Canadian, or not Canadian, 1 Anzac and 1 Anzac fighter. In Calcutta, we have 7 infantry, 2 artillery, 2 anti-aircraft, 2 fighters. Eastern Iran, 1 tactical. Iran, 1 infantry, 1 artillery. Sea-Zone 80, 1 battleship, 1 transport. Coming down to the bottom here, let's zoom in a little. We've got a transport in 71, infantry, artillery, South Africa. Kenya, 2 infantry. Ethiopia, this shouldn't be there. Ethiopia, 1 infantry. Sudan, 2 infantry. Sea-Zone 81, I think. Yeah, 81 is a cruiser. Cairo, 2 infantry, 1 mech, 1 tank, 2 fighters, 1 tactical, 1 AA, 1 artillery. Sea-Zone 98, 2 subs. Sea-Zone 96, 1 destroyer. Sea-Zone 92, 1 destroyer. Gibraltar, 3 fighters, 2 infantry, 1 Canadian infantry, and 1 Canadian tank. London, no change. Well, yeah, there is a change. We don't have any planes left. They were both shot down that were going to land there. 2 infantry, 5 AA, 1 mechanized, and some French. I don't remember if the Canadians moved down or not, but they might be in London. But I don't. That's a look for Matt's video to see what happened there. I don't remember, or I didn't move them anyway. So now it is time for Italy. They're on the clock.